Welcome to this edition of Collier Recap. I'm Troy Miller, and this is a recap of the April 9th Board of County Commissioners meeting. The board began today by celebrating 6 proclamations. April 20th and 21st was designated as the Conservancy of Southwest Florida Grand Reopening Weekend. The Conservancy Nature Center remodeling is complete, and the celebration of the reopening will include entertainment, speakers, exhibitors, food, music, and more. The Conservancy of Southwest Florida is located on 1450 Merrihew Drive, which is just off 14th Avenue North, east of Goodlet Frank Road. Next, commissioners proclaimed April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. The proclamation was accepted by several members of the Children's Advocacy Center of Collier County. The Children's Advocacy Center assists nearly 3,000 children who have been abused or neglected each year. The CAC has been dedicated to reducing the trauma to abused and neglected children and enhancing families' ability to provide a safe environment since 1986. The board then designated April as Sexual Abuse Awareness Month. The proclamation was accepted by Michelle English and Eileen Wesley from Project HELP. Women, children, and men suffer multiple types of sexual violence, which is devastating, not only for the survivor, but the family and the friends of the survivor. To prevent future violations of our citizens, it is critical to foster greater public awareness of the causes and effects of sexual violence and to address this problem on every civic level. The Project HELP staff and volunteers are committed to increasing public awareness of sexual violence and eliminating it through prevention and education. April 21st through 27th was proclaimed as Crime Victims' Rights Week in Collier County. 18.7 million Americans are directly harmed by crime each year, and each crime affects many more family members, friends, neighbors, and co-workers. The victim assistance community faces new challenges to reach and serve all victims, including victims of new crimes such as cybercrime, terrorism, and those distrustful of the criminal justice system. The Collier County Sheriff's Office, State Attorney's Office, 20th Judicial Circuit of Collier County, and Project HELP are joining forces with victim services programs, criminal justice officials, and concerned citizens throughout Collier County and America to raise awareness of victims' rights. The commissioners also proclaimed April as Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month. Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological movement disorder of the central nervous system, which has a unique impact on each patient. According to the Parkinson's Action Network, National Parkinson's Foundation's Parkinson's Disease Foundation, the American Parkinson's Disease Association, and the National Institutes of Health, there are approximately 1.5 million people in the United States diagnosed with Parkinson's. Increased education and research are needed to help find effective treatments with less side effects and ultimately a cure for Parkinson's disease. Finally, the board recognized the Special Olympics of Collier County. The Special Olympics, founded in 1968 by Eunice Kennedy Shriver, provides year-round sports training and athletic competition in Olympics-type sports for persons 8 years of age and older with intellectual disabilities. The Special Olympics of Collier County was founded in 1972 and currently has over 300 athletes in the program, which is offered free of charge to participants. The local program is a 100% volunteer grassroots organization made possible through the dedication of hundreds of volunteers who organize sports events, coach, publicize, raise funds, and administer the organization. All fundraising and donations remain in the county to support the programs. Commissioners then honored Lutgert Insurance as Collier County's Business of the Month for April. Headquartered in Naples, Florida since 1953, Lutgert's insurance employees pride themselves in being insurance, risk management, and estate planning professionals. They are advisors and have an array of specialized products and services to help their clients manage life's risk and safeguard their wealth and security. The board unanimously approved the staff's recommendation to award a bid for the Doral Circle water, wastewater, and stormwater system replacement in the amount of $2,368,450 to Denko Construction Incorporated for the rehabilitation of the potable water, sanitary sewer, and stormwater management systems serving the Doral Circle subdivision. The Doral Circle potable water distribution system and wastewater collection system are approximately 40 years old and in need of replacement due to deterioration. The commissioners directed staff to advertise and bring to the board a proposed ordinance providing for an additional homestead exemption for certain qualifying senior citizens pursuant to passage of Florida Constitutional Amendment 11 on November 6, 2012. The purpose is to enact by ordinance the additional low-income senior homestead exemption, which was approved by a supermajority of the Florida electorate on November 6, 2012. The Commissioners approved the position, description, salary range, and employment agreement for the Collier County Hearing Examiner. This is the latest step in the creation of the hearing examiner position, who will hear appeals of administrative decisions or interpretations, hear and decide all requests for variances, hear and decide all requests for minor conditional uses, hear all petitions for a boat lift canopy and dock facility extensions, and other duties as time permits. The next step in the process is for the job position to be posted and a list of qualified applicants developed. We will keep you posted on this story. The board voted to approve a priority listings installation schedule and project budget for emergency vehicle preemption and confirmation beacons on the Collier County traffic signal system. The Traffic Operations has been installing emergency vehicle preemption devices on all new traffic signal installations over the past several years to augment those previously constructed signals that already had preemption devices installed. This is how the preemption system works.
The preemption system allows the fire and EMS first responders to hit an infrared ray that triggers a beacon and preemption. What it does is it turns the light green in the direction that they're approaching the intersection. So if they're heading northbound to an intersection, when they hit the beacon or the preemption, the light turns green for them, and then slowly all the other directions turn red. The beacon itself flashes solid to them, and actually doesn't flash, it's solid to them and flashes to the side street, so it lets the other drivers know something's going on. But it lets an ambulance coming from another direction also know that maybe the fire truck is preempted right now, that they have to safely go into that intersection.
The estimated total cost of the improvement is $1.2 million. This project is planned over a 3-year period with expenditures of approximately $400,000 per year for labor and materials. Funds in the amount of $400,000 will be taken annually from the Intersection Safety and Capacity Project Fund. Now, during the discussion, commissioners mentioned that they routinely receive inquiries about the blue lights seen on many lighted intersections. We asked Growth Management Administrator Nick Caslanguida to set the record straight. What exactly are those blue lights for?
They're not the Kmart special symbol for Collier County. What the blue light does is it lets the sheriff's office know that if that light's on and they're looking at an intersection from the side street and a car goes through, that the car just went through a red light. So it is a law enforcement safety type of thing that they can see from a side street with that blue light on, that the light is in fact red and a driver violated a red light.
The board heard a presentation by the Clerk of the Circuit Court's office regarding Audit Report 2013-1, Parks and Recreation Freedom Park Cash Review. As required, the commissioners were hearing the information for the first time, so they will follow up on the audit at a later meeting. The Board of County Commissioners, acting as the Collier County Airport Authority, voted on a motion that would direct the county manager to send out a request for proposal for the hiring of a real estate leasing and management firm to manage the real estate related commerce associated with all 3 of the county operated airports. The motion failed to gain a majority vote. That's all for this edition of Collier Recap, your recap of Collier County Board of County Commissioners meetings. Now, if you want to review all or part of any county commission meeting, visit colliergov.net and click on the video archive section. Once in the archive section, select the meeting you want to review. Now, for BCC meetings, you can use the convenient drop-down menu to select and jump to any item of your interest. For additional information on Collier County government, visit our Facebook page at Collier County Government. You can also check out videos about government services at the Collier Gov YouTube channel. I'm Troy Miller. Thanks for watching Collier Recap, and we'll see you next time.
You're watching Collier Television, bringing government home.
But he and his crew, to make way for Christopher Columbus's nephew who's coming to take over Puerto Rico, decided to go this way. Not sure where, but this way. We do know, they don't, but we do know that he'll land in about a month, and that he'll put Spain's big banner somewhere on the eastern coast of this peninsula, and he'll claim this peninsula for Spain, and we'll call it Florida, or La Florida, because of course he landed here on an Easter Sunday. In Spanish that would be called Pascua Florida. And there's lots of legends and stories and history about that. But for all of us who bear that name, all of us who are Floridians, it's a big moment for us in our history. It's a remarkably important moment. It's a moment that changed this peninsula's natural and human history for a very, very long time. And invites all of us to be part of that history, because we, through our actions or inactions, are going to change it for the next 500 years. So it's a great moment for us to sort of pause and reflect what came, but more importantly, what's coming.
I don't want this one to die. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, that was
okay.